your expiration date isn't random. Much like Morse code, fortune cookie messages, and that unusual love letter from when you were in 6th grade, the one you tucked away deep inside your closet, surprisingly, there's a secret meaning connected to this stamp that might seem random. Does it really matter if you understand it? Not unless you're planning to argue with your fridge. Is it a cool party trick? Also no. Unless, of course, your party is a group of overly curious, mildly anxious people who like to sniff milk cartons. So since that perfectly describes my viewer base, let's learn how to decipher expiration dates. Here's a container of food. On it is a cryptic date, usually something like best by the 10th of September, 2027. This isn't just a polite suggestion. Or maybe it is. Depends on who you ask. The truth is, not all expiration dates mean the same thing, and in many cases, they don't mean what you think they do. In the US, for example, there is no federal law requiring most foods to have expiration dates except for baby formula, which, understandably, is not something you want to gamble on. For everything else, companies slap on a variety of phrases like best by, sell by, use by, enjoy before, and my personal favorite, discard immediately after looking at this. These aren't safety dates. They're usually just quality suggestions determined by the manufacturer and often based on when they think the product tastes the best, not when it becomes toxic sludge. Let's break it down. Sell by is meant for stores, not you. It tells retailers when to pull the product from the shelf, not when you should panic and call poison control. Best by means the product might start losing flavor or texture after this date, not that it self-destructs at midnight. Use by is the manufacturer's estimate of peak quality. And in many cases, it's absurdly conservative, like, you might notice your cereal is 3% less crunchy. Freeze by is basically a suggestion to stop time. If you freeze it before this date, you're good. Freeze it after, and the chicken might turn into a cryptid. So how do companies actually come up with these magical numbers? Usually, taste tests, shelf life studies, storage simulations. In some cases, it's literally just corporate guesswork based on marketing. They'll leave products in warehouses, fridges, and on countertops and test them every few days to see when they lose appeal. So if your yogurt says best by March 1st, odds are the company licked 50 tubs of yogurt between January and March just to decide that. It's a strange science, and it's mostly about reputation, not risk. No one wants to be known as the company with the suspiciously bouncy mayonnaise. Now here's the kicker. Because people assume expiration dates mean this will kill you, tons of perfectly good food gets thrown away every year. In fact, about 30 to 40% of the US food supply ends up in landfills, a huge chunk of that simply because people trust the label over their nose. You wouldn't sniff a tomato and say, smells fine, but the calendar says death. Well, unless you're a tomato psychic. In which case, please contact me, I have questions. Some countries, like the UK, are actually starting to phase out expiration labels on certain foods to reduce waste, especially on items like pasta, rice, and dried beans, which, let's be honest, will survive the apocalypse. So next time you see an expiration date, don't panic. It's not a countdown to your doom, it's a very soft suggestion from a food company that's terrified of lawsuits. Use your senses. If it smells fine, looks fine, and isn't actively insulting your mother, it's probably fine. Unless, again, it's baby formula. That stuff? Go buy the book, please. Now, speaking of things that don't expire quickly, let's talk about today's sponsor, Common Sense. Just kidding. No one's sponsoring this episode. But if you'd like to support this channel, consider subscribing or sending me your leftover canned beans from 1998. They're probably still good. Probably.